The small town of Busca in northwestern Italy is the venue for the third Grand Prix of the 2015 FIM Supermoto World Championship, as well as the third round of the S2 European Championship. And the last time we came to this Alpi del Mare circuit was back in 2011, but since then the circuit has been completely renovated. In S1GP, Thomas Scherer arrives as the World Championship leader with a 2-point advantage over Manu Hermanen, while in S2, Mark Schmidt remains undefeated in the opening 4 races. It's a short start straight here at Busca. We're on board here with Ivan Lazzarini chasing down Devon Vermeulen. Through the first left, a short straight and into turn 2, the right-hander. Down the next straightaway, into the right, and then immediately everything tightens up into the off-road section. Immediately we turn left as well, really tight, and then we have the first jump on the circuit, landing hard on the brakes, tight to the inside, or you can rail the outside. Same in the next left-hand turn. You can see how hard and loose the ground is underneath the wheels of the riders as well. Through the wave section, back onto the asphalt and into the next left-hander on the fat side of the tyre. And then this turn just continues to go on forever until we up onto the middle of the tyre and then into this next right-hander. Easy on the throttle through there, down the back straight. Probably one of the fastest parts of this racetrack. And then into the right-hander at the end. Change of tarmac as well, so different grip levels for the riders to deal with at the same time. A little bit narrower this part of the racetrack, and then back onto the main circuit itself. Down this straight into the right-hander, completely renovated since the last time we came here. One of the overtaking maneuvers into that right-hander, short chicane flip-flop through the left-hander. Easy on the gas again. And then right the way out to the curb through this next left-hander. Hard on the brakes here, into the right. And then that's it. That's a lap here at Busca. The riders cross the line to complete another lap. In time training, Mark Schmidt once again starts from pole ahead of Giovanni Busai and Yuri Guadala. Row 2 is Matteo Martella, Tony Clem and Fabrizio Bartolini. And in race 1, it was another race win for the championship leader, Mark Schmidt. Clem was second, Guadala third, Monticelli was fourth. The lights are out for race 2 and into the left-hander. And once again, Schmidt with the whole shot. Just behind him, Tony Clem, the 111. And Yuri Guadala looks to have made a good start as well in third place. So too has Fabrizio Bartolini, 4th, and Martella just behind them in 5th. But there's a little bit of a snarl up there, catching out the 68 of Monticelli. So Monticelli right down at the back of the pack now. But up front, the 2 TMs, and more carnage just in the background as well. So 1 or 2 riders getting caught out on the first lap here, but Schmidt leading the way on the Gasoline TM. Right behind him is Tony Clem, the 111. These two locked together in the opening lap here. Into the off-road section, Clem almost off the side of the bike. Guadala right there behind him though. And Clem on the factory TM looking for a way through as we're on board with the rider from Finland. See how tight and twisted it is through the off-road section. And already you can see Schmidt, the series leader at the moment, just easing clear of his rivals. He is really on top form this year in 2015. And looking to make it 6 wins out of 6 out of the first 3 rounds so far. But that gap just going out all the time as Clem coming under pressure from the 258 of Guadala. Second and third then on screen. Flipping it through the right-hander. And Clem gets pushed out to the curb. Guadala up the inside. Right in time just for the tight little off-road section as well. Not going to get through there, Clem. Over the tabletop, into that tight right, over that little mogul, the bike just being upset ever so slightly from the suspension point of view. But there's Clem in third, just behind them, 110, Bartolini. Oh, and Guadala goes down and takes Clem with him as well. So Guadala picks himself up. Clem, though, He is going to remount a little bit further back. Not too much time wasted there, it looks like, from Guadla. There's the 22. Just in there, Mikel Amadeo. And he's having a right all right as well. Jimenez gets promoted to 4th then, after that little crash between Clem and Guadla, but Guadla right back on the pace and chasing the number 21 and down the inside, and gets himself back up into 4th place and going after Bartolini once again. So Guadla, well, he made the mistake. Let's look at it from here. The back wheel just goes on him, and Clem has no option but to run into the back. Bartolini then, he is in 3rd place. Giovanni Busai in 2nd, a little bit further up the field on the TM. But there's Clem, buried down in 13th position, having a lot of work to do after such a good start as well. Guadla in 4th. That is 110. Bartolini just ahead of him. So has he got what it takes to make that position a little bit further down the order? A right battle going on here. Jimenez, Fagra, Voracek and Lapini all fighting over 5th place. And Jimenez on the yellow bike, the number 21. It is who leads the way. And a little bit tight in there, and Voracek down. So Voracek goes from 7th position, remounts in 11th, and just ahead of the 111 of Tony Clem. But no such problems. Final lap for this guy here, number 41, Mark Rayner-Schmidt, out of the final corner, and the degasoline TM rider stands on the seat, pulls a wheelie as he crosses the line. He is undefeated in 2015, 6 wins out of 6 so far for the German. So that's how it finishes then this weekend. Schmidt, Bartolini, Busai, your top 3. Clem, 4th, Jimenez, Monticelli, and Amadeo. And there is your podium. 3rd overall, Giovanni Busai. 2nd for Fabrizio Bartolini. And on the top step of the podium, once more, Mark Rayner-Schmidt. Good crowd here this weekend in Italy. And another red plate for the series leader.
The weekend for me was perfect, like Jerez and Ottobiano. I'm first time here in Busca. I like the track really. In every turns I get the best time, and double victory, it's all in, perfect for me. I'm very happy to work with my team for next year World Championship. And
take a look at the World Championship standings then. 40 points clear now. Mark Rayner-Schmidt over Tony Clem, Giovanni Busai just 12 points further back. Bartolini is 4th, Monticelli is 5th.
This year I came back after 2 years of stop for studying, and I'm really happy to race with Freccia team. My Honda is one of the fastest in the World Championship. I didn't really stop, I just raced in the Italian Championship, but without training. Then the most difficult thing was to recover my feet, to get fitted again. In 2012, the last race of the World Championship that we've done in France, we understood so many things in how the engine has to be prepared to be fast in this kind of discipline, that it's not motocross, it's not national, it's something different or everything. You have a lot of grip, so you need a different engine, and they really understood what you need really on this kind of sport. The bike is perfect. I just need to ride more comfortable a little bit. I still need to get used to this kind of tires because we changed tires this year. Actually, I don't know why my brother is racing in S2 Championship, because he's faster than me. Maybe no, it's not true, but he's getting really fast, and now he still needs some experience. He's still doing a lot of little mistakes that really make the difference in this sport at this kind of levels. I'm really proud of my team because they are working really good. My setup is really good. We just need some speed more to go ahead with the first riders in the World Championship. And I think working good, we can do good things.
In time training, it was Thomas Scherer from Manu Hermanen, but for this race here in Buska, when it came to Super Chrono, it was actually for the first time in 2015 Manu Hermanen who took Scherer by surprise and will start from pole for the first time. So Scherer second, Kmar third, row two, Lazzarini, Monticelli and Verderosa, with Holbacher, Vermeulen and Piedrahita, and then Rivaglia and Kingelin. Warm, sunny skies, hot temperatures, lights go out for S1GP Race 1, and charging down into the first turn, it is the World Championship leader and defending champion, number 4, Thomas Scherer, into the off-road section, and Scherer looking to put some distance between himself and 131, right on his heels. The 131 there of Manu Hermanen of Finland, who lost the championship lead after round 2, so he'll be doing all he can this weekend to make sure. Oh, and look at that, neatly down the inside as they head down the back straight. Manu Hermanen right up the inside of the factory TM of Thomas Scherer, and now leads. Just behind them, number 72, Lucas Holbacher on the Husqvarna, Pavel Kmar, even Lazzarini, and the number 90 of Teo Monticelli already starting to get left behind there as the two TMs start to pull clear at the head of the field. Clearly the fastest two riders in the World Championship this year, but Manu Hermanen knows he has a heck of a fight on his hands to keep the number 4 at bay. Through the rhythm section. Right there is the number 72, and he looks to be closing as well there. Does Lucas Holbacher, certainly going with the number 4 of Thomas Scherer, and Kmar being left behind. So what has Holbacher got up his sleeve? Here we are, number 71, Kmar then up to 3rd, Lazzarini closing in 4th place on the L30 racing machine. That's him there in the red and black. Would still love to win a World Championship. There's Devon Vermeulen. He is in 5th place, and right behind him, after picking up that stop-go penalty earlier in the race, number 72, Lucas Holbacher, trying to make amends, going after the rider that possibly should have been European champion last year, but he said himself at the start of this year, when we spoke to him, he let the tension, the nerves get to him, and he went to pieces at the final round. But he is an S1GP rookie in 2015 and doing a decent job, but look how tight it is at the front of the field. Manu Hermanen, 131, continues to lead the number 4 of Thomas Scherer. Right the way down to bottom gear through there, over the first tabletop. See, the water's gone down as well to combat the hot, windy conditions. Oh, and the 131 there, Hermanen almost getting offline, and Scherer almost ready to pounce. 0.3 of a second separate these two guys at a moment. Absolutely nothing in it. You could throw a blanket over the pair of them. And Vermeulen runs it wide, and he loses the position to Holbacher. So Holbacher now up in the 5th place, but then takes it back in the very next corner. So Vermeulen making Holbacher work extremely hard here. Well, there's 67, Piedrahita, and the 90 of Teo Monticelli. So these two fighting over 7th place. And Monticelli really trying to find a way through on the number 67. Not making it easy for him, though. Only a matter of time, though, surely. And Rivaglia, well, the shoulder he dislocated a week ago, obviously causing the Italian some pain. Back with this battle, 71, Kmar and Lazzarini. Lazzarini forces the Czech Republic rider wide, who then gets a kick under braking going into that right-hander. But Kmar doing a great job of holding on there. So Kmar 3rd, Lazzarini 4th. These two fighting as hard as the lead duo of Hermanen and Thomas Scherer. Lazzarini through now, though. So Lazzarini has got 4 laps in which to distance himself, and Holbacher has found his way back past the 188 of Vermeulen, but the Dutchman looking to fight back immediately. So these two fighting over 5th place. Vermeulen now in 6th on that KTM. Behind them, Teo Monticelli in 7th position on the Honda, a little bit further back. Over the line once more then. Holbacher now putting some distance between himself and Vermeulen. Is the gap too big though? Back to Kmart. He's tenacious, isn't he? The 188 of Vermeulen, not letting Holbacher go. There's Verderosa, looking to find his way past the 67 of Pietrahita. And there's Scherer, losing too much ground. Maunu Hermanen will have a clean run to the finish line. And with it, he will take the championship lead as well. Remember, only 2 points separating them as they came into this first race. Hermanen wins race 1. He picks up the 25 points for the win. Scherer will take second and pick up 22. So Hermanen will be the new championship leader going in to race 2. So Hermanen, Scherer, Lazzarini, your top 3. Kmart, Holbacher and Vermeulen, your top 6. And confirmation there, Monticelli 7, Verderosa 8, Pietrahita and Kingelin, your top 10. But what a first race for Maunu Hermanen. He draws first blood here in Busca, race 1.
A posto.
Last year was an incredible season for me because I was world champion and I became a father. But we're ready to start the new season. But it's hard for me because I have to keep the world title to reach the goal to gain a 4th title. So in this way, I will emulate my brother Adrian and Thierry Van den Bosch with the same number of world titles won. I have to ride in a different way. I have to use my head a little bit more, and it's clear that it's different to be a father. I have more responsibility. But in any case, the first 2 races of the year were good, so we tried to continue and gain the championship. Well, the bike is more or less the same as last year's, actually. Last year I used a bike with the air filter on the top. It was a prototype. But now all the bikes are the same, with the same solution. So for me, it's good we keep the same bike as last year because I'm confident, I have a good feeling. Also with the tyres, I didn't change these, not like Hermanen. He switched from Michelin to Metzeler. We work hard in every area. There's always some new parts that come, some little tests to do. But we've tried some different cylinder heads. But we need to continue the work on the suspension. It's nice for me to never stop, though, the development of the bike and all its parts. Drama before the start of race 2. Maunu Hermanen suffering with food poisoning. Wasn't sure until the last minute that he was going to go out, but he makes a good start behind Scherer. He's right there in second position. Lazzarini being pushed back by the 2 Husqvarnas there into 5th place, it looks like, but on board here with Scherer as he leads through the rhythm section. And Lazzarini already on the charge. He's into 3rd place. Kmart now into 4th there, number 71. So going with the lead trio. Just behind him looked like Verderosa as well in 5th place, but Thomas Scherer trying to put some distance between himself and the 131 of Maunu Hermanen. Of course, this would put him back in the championship lead if the flag was to go out now, but we're only on lap 1, of course. Lap time's pretty long around this circuit, around the 119, 120 mark. That's why we only have a 15 lap race. There going up into 5th place was Verderosa. So Verderosa out of that tight corner, but Scherer, Hermanen, Lazzarini and Kmart, they are your top 4. But Maunu Hermanen looking interested all of a sudden, looking to find a way through, but we know what Thomas Scherer is like. He will not make it easy for the Finn to get his TM to the front of the field. The first 4 riders, the whole of the start-finish straight clear of the rider in 3rd place, which is now the number 1:13, it looks like. But going down again in that same left-hander that caught him out in race 1, Pavel Kmart. Well, this time crashing out on his own. Doesn't look like he's lost too much in the way of positions, but he's definitely lost time as Manu Hermanen looking to put it down the inside of Thomas Scherer once more. Through the right and left, the tight part of the circuit, down on the start-finish straight, and Hermanen, is he going to make a move down the inside? Yes, he does. Scherer knows he's there, he tries to respond, he tries to cut tight, but Hermanen knows he's there, makes him go the long way round, coming out of that right-hander. And Lazzarini going nowhere either. Right there on his wheels is Lazzarini, so the two TMs leading the way from the number 30 L30 rider. Yeah, your first three riders right there. In fourth is the number 90. And, oh, look at this great replay here of Manu Hermanen sliding his way down the inside of Scherer. Scherer there second. Then the number 30 of Lazzarini, still right there in third place. Monticelli is fourth. Kmart is in fifth, but this battle here, Lucas Holbacher and the number 11 of Asiri Kingerlin and Monticelli. So all kinds of drama going on. Even the guy in the background there, the 67 of Peter Hita, well, he's down in 11th place at the moment. Down the home straight, Hermanen bringing with him Scherer, who's bringing with him the number 30 of Lazzarini as they turn into the off-road. I tell you what, he's looking very interested into that particular left-hander. Will he spring a surprise, though, on Manu Hermanen? Both these guys have world championships. Thomas Scherer has 3. You heard from his interview a moment ago, he would like to win another title to put him level in the all-time world championship winners list with Thierry Van den Bosch and his brother Adrien. Oh, mistake there from Monticelli, allows Verderosa through, and the 72 of Holbacher. Oh, and he gets pushed wide onto the grass. So a bit of elbows going on there. But Verderosa, oh, he's about to get pushed out as well by Holbacher. So Holbacher charging through and up into 5th place. So Holbacher then 5th. There's Verderosa, the number 90 of Monticelli. And the 11 of Kingerlin, last year's European champion in S2, right behind him as well in 8th place. Back on board, though, with Thomas Scherer. Closer than he was a moment ago. We're at the halfway point in this second race. There are your two leaders, 131 Hermanen. Then it's the 4 of Scherer in the fluorescent yellow. He's in 2nd place. You might see a flash of red in the background. That's Lazzarini just starting to lose ground now. He's more than a second behind these two, as Scherer once again looking interested. Back into the off-road section. Kingerlin there, number 11, just losing a little bit of ground. Verderosa just ahead of him. And 90, Monticelli, just starting to pull clear of that little battle. He's in 6th position. Monticelli, will he be able to improve in the closing stages of this race? He's got Verderosa just ahead of him, but once again on board with Thomas Scherer. And look at that gap now starting to open up a little bit, and the flag getting ready to go out. Manu Hermanen wins race 2. He makes it a perfect double here in Buska. Thomas Scherer not happy with 2nd overall. Confirmation then of the results here in S1GP Race 2. Another dominant display from Manu Hermanen. Thomas Scherer 2nd, Lazzarini 3rd, Kmart 4th, Holbacher 5th, with Monticelli, Verderosa, Kingerlin, Rivaglia. Great ride from him, considering he pulled out of the first race in 9th and Vermeulen was 10th. And overall in the Grand Prix, Manu Hermanen, 50 points on the board for him, 2 wins out of 2. Scherer 2nd on 44, and even Lazzarini on the podium again in 3rd. So despite feeling a little bit second-hand, under the weather after that spell of food poisoning, Manu Hermanen, well, he won't be complaining right now, but 3rd overall on the L30 Racing Honda, even Lazzarini, the factory TM there of Thomas Scherer, 2nd overall. But Manu Hermanen, your overall winner this weekend. He barely has the strength to lift that trophy any higher than his shoulder. But it was worth it, because he now leads the championship by 4 points.
Thank you. It was a very good weekend for me, a lot better than Ottobiano, and got the red plate back and couldn't be more happy for the team, X-Max, and for Max Biaggi for helping me out. Thank you.
So the X-Max TM rider then leads the championship. He's on 138, Scherer 134. It could not be any tighter at the top after 3 rounds. Lazzarini third, Holbacher and Kmar rounding out the top 5. But what a way to strike back. He lost the championship lead after round 2. He picks it right back up at round 3. And in the manufacturer standings, TM lead the way from Honda, Husqvarna, KTM, Suzuki and Yamaha. Yamaha failing to pick up a point so far in 2015. Well, that's it from Buska. Join us next time for round 4 when we go to Poland for more S1GP action at Poznan. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now.